What's going on, everybody? I wanted to expand on a concept that I made a reel on about. I think everyone in the health world is essentially saying the same thing. What we're saying is we want people to eat better, we want people to eat less, we want people to eat more, we want people to get healthier. It's essentially what we're all trying to say. We just have a little bit different approaches to get there, and you're probably going to choose the approach that looks most appealing to you, that looks easiest for you, and that looks like it's going to give you the quickest responses or the quickest results, right? So again, I think we break down to like three categories. I might be missing one, but I'm gonna do this in real time to try to walk you through it. And we got more space if we need it. But I'm gonna start with myself first. I'm gonna start with where I land in the health world, and where I land is calories and macros, right? This is what we preach to all of our clients. I want you to track your calories. I want you to track your macros. I want you to pay attention to your protein goal. I want you to pay attention to your fiber goal. I want you to hit these certain numbers through real food mostly. And if we have to use supplements, we can. So there's a couple things that are annoying to people. And the first one is tracking. No one likes to track. No one likes to log. No one likes to weigh out their food. No one likes to pay that close attention to things because it's tedious and it's annoying. But I'm here to tell you that this gets so easy over time. It's just difficult and it takes a long time because it's new to you. Think about when you first got a new job, how frustrating it was. You had to learn the new equipment, the new systems, the people. You had to learn all these things. But then like 2, 3, 4 months down the road, you're smooth sailing. I want you to think about that when you talk about calories and tracking macros, okay? Another thing that some people get is if it fits your macros. If it fits your macros. People think that, you can eat whatever you want, but as long as it lands within these calories and macros, you're going to be okay. This means that if you want McDonald's, you can go have it as long as it stays within your calories and macros. Now, I can say yes, but this is not a long-term thing. This isn't what I want you to do every day. I do not want you to go eat McDonald's every single day. Obviously, I want you to have healthier food sources, and I want you to hit your calories and macros from healthier things. However, it does give you the freedom to say, hey, if you do want McDonald's, if you could fit it into your calories and macros, which would be very, very hard, but there is a way to do it. Let's do it. I would rather you do that than go eat McDonald's and then overconsume your calories and macros all day and not make any progress. So you can still see progress here in the if it fits your macros, okay? This kind of fight that people say, well, what about insulin? We'll get to some other fads here in a second. Oh, that's ugly, but you get the picture. What about insulin? Hey, we're gonna regulate insulin throughout the entire day by keeping your calories and macros consistent the entire day. So we're gonna regulate hormones like insulin, leptin, ghrelin, glucagon. I know I'm missing some, but we're gonna help regulate those based off of the consistency of you hitting your calories and macros. Okay, so let's jump over to some fad diets. These are the other category of people. Other people want you to do things like keto, carnivore, I don't know. What else is out there? I wish y'all could help me. Oh, I'm drawing a brain fart. But let's just stick with those two, okay? So essentially what these people are saying is, hey, I need you to eat less calories, but we're going to essentially take away a complete macro to do so. We're going to take away all of your carbs and it's going to drop your calories, right? Some people who don't understand this, they think, well, it's just because we're taking out insulin. Insulin actually gets released for a lot of reasons, not just because you ate carbs. It actually gets released when you eat protein as well. So that kind of throws that out the window, okay? And so what these people are saying is, hey, it's so easy to overconsume chips, pasta, rices, potatoes, things like that. Your favorite snacky type foods, your favorite desserts are all carb based. Let's cut those out. I bet we're going to decrease your calories. I bet we're going to have better macro breakdown because I bet your protein is going to make up a higher percentage of your total calories, and you're going to see progress, right? Because you're going to essentially be decreasing your calories and macros, and probably what that's going to do, regardless of how you eat, you're going to feel better. You're going to get motivated. You're going to see the scale going down, and you're probably going to want to move a little bit more. So now you're inherently, indirectly being more active than you're used to, okay? And I know I'm forgetting some there. Let's take another one. The chemicals and ingredients people. These are the people that say, hey, we just need to eat less chemicals. We need to eat less ingredients, right? If it has 3, 4, 5 ingredients on the label, avoid it. Could even go to the people who are like Whole30 or paleo. And so what I want you to know is that they're essentially saying, hey, avoid processed foods. And if you avoid processed foods, you're going to have better calories and better macros. Alrighty. If you stop eating potato chips because they're so processed, they have all these chemicals in it. If you stop eating cereal because it's so processed, it has all these chemicals in it, I bet you're going to lower your calories and macros because you're going to eat more whole food, more nutrient dense foods, which is going to cause you to be more full and essentially eat less and have better calories and macros. No one's overeating chicken breast. No one's over consuming eggs. No one's overeating even avocado. Right? Those things are very hard to overconsume. It is easy to overconsume chips and salsa, ice cream, and cereal. So this is the premise behind the whole chemicals and ingredients. They say, hey, avoid these things. If it has more than X amount of chemicals, don't eat it. I want you to stick to whole foods, Whole30, so on and so forth. We're doing that, and you're seeing progress, not because of the chemicals, but because we're decreasing your calories and macros, okay? Now, some people, specifically these guys right here, they pretty much say, and sometimes they say, you can eat as much as you want. Now, this sounds good. Right? Oh my gosh, I can eat whatever I want as long as it fits the carnivore protocol. Oh my gosh, it's limitless. There's no boundaries. There's a shit ton of boundaries. You get really full off of eating meat very fast. Again, no one is over consuming chicken. No one is over consuming eggs. No one is over consuming even steak. You might, for one meal, you go to a Brazilian steakhouse, like, oh my gosh, I ate so much food. But how full are you and for how long? You are stuffed for a long period of time. So you are under consuming calories and macros in the future because you ate so much right now. So in no study, research, anything out there, was there a diet that said you can eat as much as you want as long as you don't do this one or two things and you're still going to lose weight and lose fat? There's not a single one. Every good research article, no matter what they were trying to prove, you have to equate calories and at least protein to have a realistic comparison between two different groups, right? Who lost more weight? Well, if we equated their calories and we equated their protein, that is how we know that the study was beneficial. That's how we know that the study was fair. That's how we know that the study was accurate. Because if you don't equate for those two things, who knows what could happen? It's kind of like two different situations that are not comparable if we're not going to count calories and at least protein content because it plays such a huge role. So if you do keto, you can't eat as much as you want. No one is saying, like, please show me one person who says you can have 10,000 calories a day and you are not going to lose weight. You are not going to lose weight as long as you do it keto. No one thinks that. Number one. Number two, it's really hard to eat 10,000 calories. So they might say this, yeah, you can eat whatever you want. Yeah, 10,000, yeah. But they know it's impossible for you to actually do so, right? So no one is doing this. No one is saying this. There's a couple carnivore dudes that I've seen that are like, oh my gosh, I eat 4,000 calories of carnivore and I'm still losing weight. I'm still leaner than I've ever been, so on and so forth. But what we don't understand is carnivore is massively protein, and protein has a high thermic effect. It's about 25%. So let's say of the 4,000 calories, half of them were coming from protein. Let's say 2,000 were coming from protein, which is a massive amount of protein. 25% of that is what, 500? So you're literally taking your 4,000 calorie diet and we're subtracting 500 calories from it just because of the thermic effect of protein. So now you're eating 3,500 calories, right? Now on top of that, did you start to feel better because you started to limit processed shit and you started to cut out junk food because you can't have junk food on the carnivore diet? Probably. So now did your activity level go up 3, 4, 5, 600 calories a day because you're more active? Probably. So now your 3,500 calories actually looks like 3,000 or 2,800. And for a male, that's a good amount of calories for someone, right? And that is a certain amount of calories that you could really build some muscle on and actually lean out on, right? Because men are pretty big. Okay. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. We're all trying to get you to eat less calories, eat better macros, eat healthier foods overall. And there's multiple ways to do it. I like this way, and this is where I've always landed because it gives you the most education, it gives you the most awareness, it gives you the most freedom. Because again, I can say, hey, if you really want to try to throw in McDonald's, let's try it. There's some freedom in there. You're going to be miserable the rest of the day because it's going to take up all your calories and macros for the day. But you can try it. And by doing so, by controlling calories and macros, regardless of which approach you take, we're going to help you control your hormones. And if we can help you control your hormones because you're eating healthier, you're losing body fat, you're moving more, you are naturally going to feel better. Even if it's a placebo, we know plenty of people who do the keto diet who say they feel amazing. I know plenty of bodybuilders who do a keto-based diet stepping on stage and they feel terrible, right? So it's a placebo. So there's a lot of placebos around where we see progress and we're so excited about our progress that we now feel really, really good. Okay. So, regardless of which approach you want to take, my sending thoughts for you is which one's going to last the longest? Which one do you think? Do you think you can avoid all chemicals and ingredients forever? Does that seem possible? You can never have dessert again. You can never have chips and salsa again. You can never have cereal again. Do you think that's possible? Or keto or carnivore? Do you think it's possible for you to never have chips and salsa, rice, potatoes, pasta, black beans? Do you think it's possible for you to never have those things? You can never go to Chipotle or Chick-fil-A. So think through what seems to, again, one, give you the most knowledge and the best relationship with food, and then two, set you up for long-term success, okay? If you have any questions, please put them in the comments or reach out to me and let me know. But again, hear me loud and hear me proud that we all need the world to eat less, move more, have a healthier relationship with food. And I don't think spreading fear like some of these other people is the way to do so. I think if we provide more fear, you're going to have more anxiety around food, and it's just going to cause a more unhealthy relationship with food, which is either going to lead you to not eat anything at all or just say, F it, I can't control it, I'm going to die regardless. Let's just overconsume and YOLO. And now we are super overweight, we're super obese, and we have a lot of health complications. Okay. So hope this video was helpful to explain how these three different little categories kind of work. There's some other ones that we didn't include, but these are the hot topics and the ones right now. So I hope this video was helpful.